So I'm back here at the second best park in Indiana, one of the busiest parks in the world. So do not go to the ticket windows, go to guest relations for your Ace discounted ticket. Or if you're doing the Ace discounted season pass, I guess that's probably where you would go too. I walked right up, just one person in front of me, got the ticket right away, 2 minutes and I'm in. This year, 2024, it is $54.99, that's the total price. This park is in the middle of nowhere, and yet thousands of people show up every day. I don't understand, it's strange. But that's why hotel prices are like $400 for your basic motels, because this park is that popular. Now, a lot of people do go to the water park, so that is what I'm hoping for. There she is, maybe the best wooden coaster in the world. But I am not riding it first. Good gravy, why not? Because I gotta get the new credit. A lot of people have split off to the water park, a few to the Voyage, some going off to Thunderbird. Not a whole lot coming here. Yeah, they already got people on board. Those must have been the runners. This is so cool. And the queue house is really cool. I like that. And we're already here. How about that? Got on at 10:09 I was riding. Rope dropping this is the way to go. Station's already stuffed. I thought about going again, but honestly, that layout was kind of a whole lot of nothing. It's a great family coaster. It'd be really great to take the little ones on, but you definitely notice how slow it's going. When you compare something like this to something like Big Bear Mountain, there's no comparison. Big Bear Mountain's on a whole different level. This I actually would consider a junior coaster. That doesn't make it a bad ride. Don't mishear me. I'm not saying it's a bad ride at all. I'm just saying that it doesn't do anything. Backwards part is pretty cool, but you're going pretty slow through it all. There's no airtime. But by junior coaster standards, it would be the best there is. By family coaster standards, it's definitely below average. As a junior coaster, that would get a 10 out of 10. Family coaster would get a 3, 4, because it is smooth. So rushing over here from Good Gravy, got me on in 10 minutes, got the back row. Don't think I'll do the back row again. It was a little rough, but I could handle it. But I think I would like a non-wheel seat a little better. People who put this at #1, honestly, I don't get it. For people who say it's like top 5, I don't get it. Maybe top 10, I can kind of see it possibly. And yes, I have done this at HoliWood Nights. I've done trimless rides at HoliWood Nights, and those are good. But I say that overall, those rides are marginally better. Now, night rides are significantly better, but the whole trimless part of it doesn't really add hardly anything to it, in my opinion. The outward leg was phenomenal, and it was riding so great. There was a lateral jolt there right before the mid-course that slammed me to the ride, and that hurt pretty bad. And then I was stapled the whole rest of the ride, and it got a bit rough in the second half, but I still enjoyed it. It's just that there is room for improvement, but I will try it on a non-wheel seat next time. It'll probably be better. Now for the second best ride in the park. I was able to get on in a little over 20 minutes, but the line has grown exponentially since. And it is a great ride. I've talked to a few different people, and they're all from St. Louis, so maybe that's where the massive crowds come from. And the sentiment seems to be the same, that they just Really like this park. No real explanation as to why. I guess people just really love waiting in these super, super long lines. Hey, different people like different things. You like waiting in those massively long lines? This park is for you. But yep, that's all there is to it. Not really much of anything, but I'm glad I did it. I will still stick with it though. Tiger Terror at Safari Land in the Chicago area, still my favorite new credit of the year. But I am doing Wildcats Revenge in a few weeks, so Tiger Terror will not remain my favorite new credit of the year. So it was a 35-minute wait to get on Legend. I rode in row 3, a non-wheel seat of course, and it is riding so much better than it was in 2021 when I was here. 2021, that was so brutal. It is riding much better. It does still have a couple moments that are pretty shaky that you gotta brace for. I was stiffening my neck to prepare for it, but I still love that double helix. It's not as good as Twister's Econobles, but it's still pretty good. But I'm really glad that this one is back to being rideable again. That is intense. It tears the track apart. That's why they gotta keep doing the retracking. Raven was only 15 minutes to get on, and I rode in the next to last row, a non-wheel seat. And after that ride, I think I need to do these rides instead. That was pretty rough. It's amazing, every time I've come here, they flipped. Raven was terrible my first visit, then it was great the next, now it's terrible again. And Legend was terrible the second time, but it was great on my first time, and it's pretty great today. Still not as good as that first visit, but still. Yeah, Legend definitely over Raven. Although I will say, Raven wasn't so terrible that I wouldn't ride it again. I'll do it again, just not right away. But I see why Raven's got such a short line. People ride it once and they're like, nope, not again. Legend, on the other hand, they're going back around to get in line again. After another ride on Raven and 2 more on Legend, I am done with Raven. Raven needs so much work. Legend is riding really great, except for a couple spots that could use a little bit of retracking, but overall, it is easily manageable. Raven is not. And Legend's line has almost disappeared. I'm heading back. So this next off-season, I would say Holiday World needs to retrack the end of the triple down. That's the roughest part of the ride. Everything else is pretty manageable, except for a couple of those turns, especially the one leading into the mid-course. That is... oh, that's rough. If you hit that wrong, man, that can really hurt. This last ride, what I did, I tried to leave myself enough space with the restraint, and so that I could kind of lift myself up right before that moment. So I took the shot in the hip instead of the kidney, and that was much better. Take a little bit longer look at the theming elements. Earlier, I didn't want to give up my spot because I knew the line was going to build really fast. Got an Etch-a-Sketch.
Dinner's ready!
Oh, we got upstairs too. I missed that earlier. This is the best part of the ride, the queue. And also being inside the with the air conditioning. Hello. Cabinet doors open and close on their own. I think I figured out Holiday World's weekdays. At the start of the day, the mass amount of people flood the roller coasters, causing the roller coasters to have huge lines early. Then after that initial wave of everyone flooding the roller coasters, a lot of them go to the water park as it gets warmer. This queue was just about full earlier in the day, and now it's a station wait. Now, a station wait is about 6 trains, but still, I will take a 6-train wait over a 2-hour wait, which is what I had the last time I was here at this exact time of day. About 3:30 to 4 o'clock is when I got in line. The entire queue was full, and it took 2 hours. And here, walking right up to the station. One very refreshing thing about this park, especially after having to tolerate the disgusting Coke products at Six Flags parks, is Pepsi products at this park. Not only are they free, it's Pepsi. They do it right here. Oh, we came this far without having to use the basement. Now we are. Although, every other time I've been here, this whole thing was full. Actually, are we even using the basement, or are we just kind of circling around? Yeah, we're just circling around. That's no big deal. I just found out something I was not aware of. Even though the park is closing at 8, this plaza is staying open till 9 because of the drone show. And that means Voyage stays open till 9, which means Voyage night rides. I did not expect that. I did not know that till about a half hour ago. It's 8:01 right now. I'll be able to keep riding Voyage for another 58 minutes. Although I'm at 8 laps right now, I don't know how much more I can handle. I got my 9th ride and hurried down here, and I got in just in time. I was the last one in there before they closed the door. Got my 10th ride, night ride. Sure.
It was a great ride, especially at night. It makes it way better, all right?
That's right.
I gotta say, Holiday World, one of the best theme parks to go.
Got row 3 for the final ride. I did row 11 right before that. I didn't want a wheel seat. I only did 2 wheel seats. I did row 12 for my first ride. I did row 2 later. Decided to stick with the non-wheel seats after that. I am happy I got the 10 rides, but boy, that took a lot out of me. It is not a smooth ride. No matter what anyone says, it is not smooth, but it is so great. With how crazy busy it was to start today, I did not suspect that I would end up with 10 rides on Voyage and 7 on Thunderbird. Now, the only reason why I got 10 on Voyage and not 8 and 9 at the most is because of that extra hour. But midday was a good time to ride rides because everyone went to the water park. So coming here on a day when they have the drone show, that's a good way to get a little extra time. Instead of the 8 o'clock closing, you get 9 o'clock, at least in this area. But tomorrow I'm heading to the mountain coaster north of St. Louis, and then Six Flags St. Louis. This day far exceeded my expectations. This is one that I definitely will remember for quite a while. Better than any day at HoliWood Nights. Easily. It just goes to show you once again, you don't need HoliWood Nights. Just choose your day wisely, and you'll have a much better time than you would at HoliWood Nights. So that's it from a surprisingly great day here at Holiday World. I'm so used to this park being so overrun with people. Hour-long lines, 2-hour-long lines, but this wasn't bad at all. Even early in the day, when everybody was in line for the coasters, it really wasn't horrible. But I still remember, it was midday, all my other visits, midday, lots of people in the water park, still hour-long lines, 2-hour-long lines. So that's just the key, I guess. Do not come during a HoliWood Nights time frame. Come at a different time, and don't come on Saturday, and park in the Legend lot, because you'll get there quicker. I was able to get done everything I wanted to get done. I think having 2 days at like HoliWood Nights with low crowds would not work for me, because I can't handle that many rides on those rough coasters. They're great, but they're rough. I gotta pace myself with them, and today's crowd was the perfect way to pace myself, because it kind of forced me to pace myself without it being too long of lines. So that kind of made it the perfect day for me here. So like I said, I don't think I will ever even try to get HoliWood Nights ticket again. Doing something like this is perfect for me.